guess we're recording now. That's cool. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Morning Coffees with James. I'm James, and this is my morning coffee, and this is my morning coffee show. Sorry about the lack of focus here today, but then again, it's Wednesday. No, today is Thursday. Today, my God, today is Thursday, and I like that. I like the fact that today is the day of Thursday. And Thursday is a good day because you know what? We still have one more day left before the weekend, and with that responsibility of the weekend, we can relax. We can be like, okay, today's Friday. There's no rush tomorrow, unless you're working tomorrow. So yeah, I have to get going soon. So I'm a bit worn out. I'm a bit tired, and I'm a bit strained because not strained in a bad way, but strained in a good way. Like I am doing the Frank Columbo Rambo workout, which is 12 weeks. I'm trying this out for the first time, so I'm removing the kinks this week. So this weekend I'm going to take my notes and stuff like that and see what I did wrong and see what I have to do right. The things I'm looking at are kind of strange because like right now it's I'm kind of worn out and I haven't done deadlift yet. Well, I've been doing the heavy compound stuff for each day. So Monday I did like regular barbell bench. Tuesday I did squats. Wednesday I did shoulder press. Today I might just do leg press because I don't want to strain myself that hard, or I might do front squats. I might as well throw in front squats. But 4 sets of 8, and maybe deads tomorrow. But I'm just seeing the more practical stuff. So, but yeah, tomorrow's gonna be deads. But the other things are not gonna be like over the top stuff. So, and it's a 2-day thing. So in the morning I do the heavy stuff, and then later I do the essential stuff. So, yeah, and I'm considering if I want to continuously do barbell or if I want to change things up and just do this because I'm kind of weak. I kind of came back and I thought, okay, I can't do this or this, and plus, right now it's the summer, so why should I bulk? Why should I bulk up right now? We'll wait until the end of August or the mid of August because that's when it's like, all right, there's no need to be in that shape anymore or be that lean. Which, by the way, being lean, being like cut, everybody talks about, oh, look how cut you are, man. Look how cut you are. It's like everybody's so attracted to like lean muscle. And yes, lean muscle is very attractive, but I feel like it's a little overrated at times. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that looks great because you want to look good lean because it's also, I want to put it in my top 10 reasons why you should work out. And one of them is, and I'm not going to, one of them is, and I know people out there are going to get uncomfortable by this, but it's the truth. But it's not about vanity. It's also about self-confidence. But you want to look good in the nude. Like, that's the real truth. That should, like, if you don't admit that to yourself, then you're not helping. Like, yes, it's all, the other things too definitely help with, like, joint movement and, body posture and, body structure a little bit, like, making sure your body's okay and stuff like that. But, when it comes down to it, you're just kind of like, you want to look good in the all natural. It's the truth. And I should make that into a video. Top 10 reasons why you should work out, or top 10 reasons, that people should be motivated to work out, or something like that. Anyhow, that's not the case here. That's not the real case I'm talking about today. The real case I'm talking about today is what's been going on with this channel. Well, I've been trying to make videos, and it's a little hard trying to do that and trying to work too. I actually have a fully functioning job as an HVAC man, and yeah, it's been a little difficult. It's been a rough few weeks, Marie. But no. Also, I want to do a movie review tomorrow. I've been in the current viewing of a very lovely movie called Sonic the Hedgehog, and honestly, I'm almost to the end of the movie, and I have to say I really dig this movie. I'm not going to give anything away because I want to save that for the review, but my God, it's a good... I'm glad that video game movies are kind of like coming into their own now, because it's like, I like superhero movies, but eventually like they're gonna kind of die out or get like become like integrated into that, because it's just going to be like another genre. Oh, yeah, people are going to make this and that. I would love to see video game movies like dominate. I want to see them kind of come into their own fray, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm tired of seeing, like, you know, video game movies sucking because nobody ever played the game or watched the movie, you know. The only ones I can think of that reach that almost that good level is like the first Resident Evil movie, the first Mortal Kombat movie, but definitely the first Tomb Raider movie. That's where it almost became like good, because like if you look at the first Tomb Raider movie, it's pretty much Indiana Jones but with an XX chromosome. And also it's Angelina Jolie. And it's a simple plot about, you know, fighting the Illuminati, fighting, you know, it's not like Indiana Jones where he's fighting the Nazis. He's fighting, you know, Lara Croft is fighting the Illuminati. And I have to admit something, as much as I like Angelina Jolie in that movie, and I think she did a phenomenal job, I kind of wish they would have made a third one. But also the fact that I wish they got somebody else to play Lara Croft. And I think, you know, if they made this movie a little earlier, Elizabeth Hurley would have made a great Lara Croft. And I'm only saying that because, one, she's really English. Two, she has, the, like, again, I'm going to go, and it's going to sound like I'm being a womanizer or a misogynist when I say this, but she has the body for it. I felt like the reason why I didn't like Angelina Jolie, and this is going to sound weird, because they made her boobs a little bit too big. You know what I mean? Like, granted, yeah, like, Lara Croft definitely has huge tracts of land, but that's what we're calling women's boobs nowadays, huge tracts of land. But she didn't, it wasn't like cartoonishly big. It wasn't Jessica Rabbit big. It was more like, it was fair size, if that makes any sense. And again, I'm not, it sounds like I'm being like a sexist, but she also had a bit of a charm. It wasn't like this, like, oh, I'm better than everybody else. It's like, she had a sense of humor about herself. She had that English charm, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, she can like talk shit as good as the boys, if you know what I mean. Like, if that's any indicator. And also, like, the outfit. Every outfit she wore in that movie was, like, black and, you know, dark. And it's like, you know, the iconic one I'm thinking of is the one where she's the... And by the way, that's not a tube top she was wearing in the original games. That's a swimsuit. She's wearing the teal swimsuit, you know, onesie with, one piece, excuse me, with shorts, guns, and the way the look and all that stuff. And I know it's silly in the original game because she's in like the Himalayas, but it's like, that's a badass bitch, you know, being like less clothing to be like fighting, you know, monsters and shit like that, and being in the Himalayas and fighting bears and wolves, and it's like, damn. I don't want to fuck with her. She wears less clothing. I don't want to mess with her. I don't want to die. She's not afraid of getting hurt, and I'm body armor. I'm running away. It's video game logic. Get over it. Not everything has to be realistic, but overall, I think that's the thing I kind of love about Tomb Raider, is the fact that it almost got close to that, and especially like other things too. Like, again, Mortal Kombat got that close. Resident Evil almost got that close to it, but never hit the mark. And I know people out there, it's like, oh, they were far off the mark with those movies. It's like, no, Mortal Kombat was close to it. They understood the concept of it, but they missed the mark when it came to what the story was really about. Or better yet, just go hard R with that movie, and go and just like flesh out every other character. Because yes, we're following Johnny Cage, Sonya, and, you know, Liu Kang, but what about Sub-Zero? What about Scorpion? Their, like, feud? What about Kano? What about, you know, the history of, like, these characters? It's like, it's a bigger mythology than, say, you know, DCU. It's the same kind of type. It's huge. But my biggest complaint, though, about video game movies is too. It's the fact that they never played the games. They watched somebody else play them and did their notes and just took different things. It's like if like you did this with comic book movies and like you took different things, like if they did this with the first Iron Man movie where they took different things and decided, yeah, this is what we're doing here. This is what we're doing. Like, we're gonna take Iron Man, we're gonna take this, but we're gonna make our own story. Iron Man's an alien, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? This is nothing like the game. And especially, like, the biggest sin of all, and it could have been a good, subtle little movie. And again, I'm not a big fan of the series, but I do enjoy the style of the game to a degree. And that is Assassin's Creed. I gotta use the bathroom real quick. I gotta get going soon. But anyway, video game movies. Assassin's Creed really sucked. And the reason why I think, like, granted, you have this great graphics effects and you have this really interesting story about, you know, this long fighting cult, you know, these two fighting factions, secret societies of assassins and Templars. You have history, you have, you know, time travel through DNA, you have all sorts of cool shit. And then, like, comparing it to the game to the movie, the game does it better because it's a little, surprisingly, more subtle than the movie. For instance, the Animus in Assassin's Creed. In the original game, it was just like a little, like, it was kind of like a Matrix, like, seat. You just lie in the thing and you basically went into this kind of, like, dream state coma where you kind of, like, retraced your ancestors' steps, but you kind of had free range to go anywhere. Like, you know, it was kind of a weird time travel movie. And to top it off, it was cool. It was a cool idea. It was simple. It was simplistic. Let me put it that way. The way they did everything. Like, but here they kind of make this, like, weird training area where they hook you up and it's jumping around, there's moving parts, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's less interesting when they do shit like that. So, Assassin's Creed, yeah, kind of bombed. But honestly, and again, World of Warcraft wasn't a bad movie. I liked World of Warcraft. But the problem with World of Warcraft was you really didn't, if you didn't play the game, you didn't know what the hell was going on. Like, what's going on, what the factions are. Luckily, I had a friend, Jess, who I was dating at the time, was explaining the movie to me, and honestly, like, I kind of could understood the story, but a little, like, you need a relatable character, and I know that's like a cardinal sin because you don't, like, adding a new character is kind of like pissing on the audience a little bit, and mostly pissing on the fans because it's like Sam Witwicky from Transformers. You needed that character because not everybody knows the Transformers. You need somebody who kind of like is kind of like a vessel for the audience to be like, oh, to ask the questions. What's this? Who's that? And again, World of Warcraft wasn't a bad movie. It just needed that vessel. Sonic the Hedgehog, I liked. And it does do a lot of tropes, but honestly, it doesn't fall into cliched territory, but trope territory. But it does follow the tropes, but it does them differently. And I'm going to say this too, before I want to get into this. Just a quick snippet about Jim Carrey's performance in that. Goddamn, I love Jim Carrey. And he is on fire in this movie. On fire. He is Boss King in this movie, and he's not a joke. He is not some villain who is a joke, you know, maniacal madman who's, completely incompetent. No, this guy is freaking competent in what he's doing, but he's never faced a blue hedgehog and had to deal with people too. So, in a sense, it's like he kind of borders on being, I forget the character's name from The Great Race. I gotta look that, when I do the review, I'm gonna check it out, but anyhow, he's on point with this. He's threatening, he's dangerous, he's, maniacal, he's a madman, he's, diabolical, but yet also, like, kind of goofy in the sense. There's moments where he does have some goofiness to him, but he plays it off well. Like, but again, it's also the fact that he has, like, this little bit of, like, a chip on his shoulder in a sense. Like, yeah, he's, like, powerful, but he also has, like, his own ego gets in the way, which honestly, like, if anything, if anybody's gonna learn anything from, like, this particular movie, is the fact that, you know, yes, you can go off and do whatever you gotta do, but don't run away from what the core story is about and what the core games were about and what the stories was about, because this feels like a good Sonic movie. Like, I've seen my fair share of Sonic games and of Let's Plays of them and all that. I know I'm not a big... People out there, it's like, oh, you're not a big Sonic fan. You're not, you know, you never played the games. I played 1, 2, and 3 on the Sega Genesis, so I have rights to say what I gotta say. And honestly, I kind of like it because it is reminiscent of modern Sonic, but also classic Sonic. Where it's taking place in the modern world. It takes place in San Francisco, because, like, honestly, I find that funny because the original Sonic games, like the modern Sonic games, take place in San Francisco, like parts of it in San Francisco, like roaming around that when, like, he's being chased by, like, the not the monster truck, but the freight truck. It's kind of cool. Like, it kind of reminds me of that. Like, I'm surprised they never played, like, Sonic music from that game. But honestly, yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie all around. But I want to get into depth about the movie because, again, I don't want... This is not the review time. That will come later. But my thing about this movie in general, and about video game movies, is the fact that people just need to play the fucking games. I don't care how long it takes. Get a buddy who understands video games and be fans of this. Just be dedicated fans as we are. Like, and I appreciate... And by the way, I appreciate the studio, I appreciate the director, and I also appreciate the artists who had to redesign Sonic's look from that terrifying what the fuck nightmare fuel to an actual good looking Sonic. And yes, I don't care about the eyes thing because that, honestly, it doesn't translate well to, like, a realistic setting. Like, and honestly, like, I wish like, Sonic fans would just accept that and be like, yeah, the eye thing was kind of weird. Why didn't they just, like, close it off? It's like, it's not, like, it's like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't care if he's a fucking alien. Alright. I think I've talked long enough, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, love you, and bye-bye. And remember, stay beautiful and stay awesome today. Peace.